So as a kid, if you use the infinite health code and get to that boss fight, you're stuck. And I'm pretty sure the Game Genie manual even warns against that. It says, hey, if you use this infinite life code, you might get stuck. But anyway, nobody likes that boss. It's the worst boss in the classic Mega Man series, 1 through 6. But it leads directly into another design flaw, which is you've got to go into the boss refights without a chance to fill up your weapon energy. So chances are, if you lose a couple lives in the previous level, you don't have any Leaf Shield for Airman, and you don't have any Crash Bombs for Flashman or Quickman. Not that you really need them for Flashman, these Metal Blades anyway, but they make real short work of Quickman if you have them. But the only way to get Crash Bombs in the refights is to let them kill you and continue, which I'm obviously not going to do. That would be dumb. You can also use Crash Bombs against Woodman. They're really good here. But I like Metal Blade instead. I think Heatman's weapon is really good against Woodman too. The chargeable, I think it's the Atomic Fire, is really good. But I'm so used to using Metal Blade at this point. And half the bosses are weak to it anyway, so I want to make sure we kill him in a way that I don't lose that health pellet. Because if you kill the boss while you're standing on the teleporter, you immediately teleport out without the ability to use your... without the ability to pick up your health pellet. So no matter what you do, you've got to fight Quickman without his major weakness in this fight, which is the Crash Bombs. So I like to use some Flash there to just drain his health, because this fight can go badly real quick for really no reason. This fight's fine though. Nicely done. And then there's Metal Man. Poor Metal Man. What's really funny is if you're playing on Wiener difficulty, aka normal, one shot. He goes down in one shot. Alright. Now, I do have one Crash Bomb left. And if you place it in just the right spot, this boss goes down real nice and easy. I didn't place it in just the right spot. Or is it the second phase of the boss? Oh, it might be the second phase of the boss. Shoot. Yeah, we're gonna stick the Metal Blade, I think. Use this up. I picked A because I wanted the Atomic Fire. Oh, you can't use it against him. It's Crash Bombs against this form of the boss. And now I ran out of Metal Blade. We're just gonna have to tank him. We're just gonna have to tank him, kids. We're gonna tank him like a boss. Well, I mean, he's the boss. I'm the Mega Man. Yep, you're supposed to destroy the first half with Metal Blade, use your last Crash Bomb, and then blow it up on him on the second half. That's what you're supposed to do. But I already didn't do that. There's no music in this scene. This is just it. And if you get ahead of these little drips, you don't have to wait for them. But it does mean you can't get caught up on these little footsteps either. These things do an incredibly large amount of damage. So we want to not get hit by any of the acid drips. And then oh my goodness! He was an alien all along! And the only weapon that hurts Dr. Wily is the Bubble Lead. for like one or two damage at a time. So this is another spot. If you don't have bubble lead, you can't get it refilled in the level. You just gotta lose all your lives and come back. I could be using more than one bubble lead at a time, though, I guess. I've had somebody once in the lead versus lead argument say it's bubble lead because it leads you to victory against Dr. Wily. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I'm not that person's friend anymore. I disowned him over that comment. I actually didn't. I don't even remember who said it. It was some internet guy, you know? Some internet guy. This was almost a perfect fight. I was expecting to use my last energy tank in that fight, but he did hit me once. That's too bad. But, plot twist, it wasn't an alien after all, it was just like a little hologram thing that Dr. Wily's controlling around. And now that we've destroyed it, he's panicking and is just banging violently on the controls. Beg for your life, nerd! Yeah, no, he's going to jail. When we were kids, I was able to beat this game, and I was the first kid in my neighborhood that was able to beat Mega Man 2. I was the only one who owned a copy. So friends would come over and they'd watch me beat it. And this one kid in particular, he would ask me to beat it all the time, because there were parts he couldn't get past. Like, probably the Quick Man lasers, the Crash Bomb, wall turret guys, you know. But whenever I beat the game, he would stand up and walk in place, the way Mega Man's walking here. And like, it weirded me out so much I didn't even pick on him for it, and I really should have. So, man, if you're that kid and you're watching this and you used to do that, I owe you like 20 years of retroactive teasing. But yeah, that's one of the best endings to an NES game. Gotta love that ending. And then we jam out to the Mega Man music for a little bit. So this game, beginning with Mega Man 2, all of the Robot Masters were designed via contests in Japan. They had contests, design the next Mega Man boss. So these are the kids back in the day who designed each boss. And they're not like listing voice actors or mocap artists or whatever like they would for a modern game. No, these are the people who actually designed individual bosses. And that's why there's such a huge variance and fluctuation in quality between the different Mega Man bosses. And I learned this because Mega Man 6, they decided to let 2 kids from the United States design bosses. So Nintendo Power ran this huge feature and a ton of like artwork they published in one of their issues. And 2 of the Mega Man 6 bosses were selected from the... Was it just in the US or was it in like US plus Europe? I'm not sure. I'm thinking it might have been just US. But the other 6, of course, were Japanese players, so... So yeah, all the Robot Masters we're seeing from here on out were designed by fans. So, in a way, this Mega Man 2 was the first crowdsourced video game. Here you have it. Pioneering everything that makes modern video games great. Although, whether crowdsourcing actually makes modern video games great, I think the jury might still be out on that one. You know what I mean? The jury might still be out on that one. You know what? I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to jump right into my favorite, Mega Man 3! Oh, yeah, baby. This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff right here. My favorite Mega Man game. I'm not going to say by far, but definitely my favorite. And we're just going to chill and listen to the music for a minute. Because this game doesn't have an intro cinematic the way the other games do. But it's got this great intro music that I'm talking over for some terrible reason. Oh man, you guys remember I said that back in the day I used to listen to MIDI files instead of real music? And the Mega Man soundtracks were up there. I had every MIDI from every Mega Man game, and this was one of my favorites. Just the extended version of the Mega Man 3 intro is so ridiculously good. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a long time, you know that I've played this game before already. It was the very first Let's Play I ever uploaded to the YouTubes. I played it at 150% speed because I'm just that awesome. But we're not going to do it at super speed this time. We're going to take our time with it. Or in as much as you can take your time with a game that you've played a million times over and know inside and out. We're going to tear this game up, essentially. Mega Man 3 is probably the easiest of the 6 classic Mega Man games. First of all, it doesn't have any of the little design stenanks that Mega Man 1 and 2 do. It's not rough around the edges. At this point in the series, Capcom saw the gold mine that Inafune and his team were sitting on. And so, after their labor of love, Mega Man 2 went on to essentially dominate everybody's minds. Top sales charts, was a fan favorite. They greenlit Mega Man 3 and they gave it the budget it really needed. So this game has that labor of love feel to it, but it also has that full backing and faith of the publisher feel to it as well. And it's also my favorite game because you can slide, you can slide, you can slide. So I love sliding. It's one of my favorite things about Mega Man. And it really feels like sliding fills the hole in Mega Man's moveset. It gives him a burst of speed in a game with a character that can't run. It gets him low to the ground in a game where the character can't duck. It really feels like this is what was missing from Mega Man's moveset. And his moveset was already pretty versatile with all the Robot Master weapons and utility items that he picks up and whatnot. So the slide... Maybe I'm saying this because this is the first Mega Man game that I played, and it's kind of my platonic ideal for Mega Man games, but the slide, to me, is such a core feature of Mega Man's moveset that when they removed it in Mega Man 9, and they took that slide away and now he can't do it, I hated that design choice. It felt so wrong to me that Mega Man could no longer slide. Mega Man 4 introduced the Mega Buster, and I'm a little lukewarm on the Mega Buster as a whole. I don't really think that you needed to give a more powerful charge shot to a character that already, like, his core idea is experimenting with a bunch of different weapons. Like, I didn't really think that that's something that the character needed. So when Mega Man 9 took away the Mega Buster, I was pretty okay with that. The Mega Buster is useful, it's a lot of fun, it's powerful, I'm not going to run into the ground, but as a design decision in Mega Man 9, getting rid of the Mega Buster was probably a good thing, but in my opinion, getting rid of the slide was not. Mega Man 3, 4, 5, and 6, in addition to feeling like the most polished games in the classic series, that slide feels so good on your fingers, you know, that down plus jump, it's just so nice. Mega Man 3, you can't slide through gates, though. The gate doesn't actually activate if you slide into it. It almost looks like I did there, but I didn't. I stopped sliding right like a pixel before the gate. Future Mega Man games, though, you can slide through the gates, and it's good. Mega Man 6 kind of nerfed the slide a little bit, because in Mega Man 3, you only have to slide as much as you want to. I just botched my perfect Snake Man fight. That's a shame. I wanted to get a perfect Snake Man fight, but nothing doing. Mega Man 3, 4, and 5, you can jump out of a slide at any point. If Mega Man's sliding forward, you can jump out to end his slide and gain some air whenever you want to. But in Mega Man 6, you can't end your slide anyway. You can't jump out of the slide, you have to wait for it to be over, which 99% of the time is not a problem, but there are some situations where you'd want that functionality and you don't have it. And I have to apologize in case you hear some nom-nom crunchy noises, but I had to get my pretzel on. see. I finished up Mega Man 2. I took the dog for a walk because I felt bad because I stepped on him while I was playing Mega Man 2. And then I got back and it was really hot outside, and I'm like, I'll feel better if I take a shower. But I take really long showers, like I'm in there for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, you know what, if I take a shower, I would play Mega Man. So what can I do that'll make me feel more comfortable after being outside in the September heat in Florida? And then my head like, you know what, pretzels. Get a bowl of pretzels, it'll be fine. So I got pretzels, and I got an ice cold glass of lemonade here. The Pepsi that I retrieved in Mega Man 2 has been put back in the fridge for future consumption. I find that I don't like, and people are going to not believe this because I'm such a big Pepsi drinker. Can I get into the hole? Yeah, baby! Glitch the game. That's how it goes. I can't get that one up, though. Oh well. So we don't get to listen to Gemini Man's music for the rest of the level. But we glitched the game and skipped the Proto Man thing. Which really, that's what it's all about. I find I don't like drinking soda when I'm hot. Like, to cool off, I don't like a soda. I've read that, like, the carbonation or something actually dehydrates you, but that's not it. I just find that drinking a soda is not as refreshing as drinking something else. I'm gonna get up here without using rush coil. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And now you guys really wish... I wish you hadn't turned off the music. Why did you turn off the music? Why can't I make this jump now? Ah, there it is. I was about to get knocked back down. I had to make that jump again. So it's a good thing I made my way up. Now these guys are glitched too. Check it out. What? They're made out of snake things, and that's weird. That's just wrong. What I've done here is just wrong. You're supposed to see a little scene with Proto Man there, and then Gemini Man stage has music all the way through, but if you slide onto the screen and then jump out of your slide just before it ends, the game doesn't have a chance to freeze you in place to watch the cutscene. And as a result, the Proto Man music, you get to hear the whole whistle, because usually the whistle ends. You don't get to hear all of it. But after the Proto Man whistle, the game doesn't reactivate the stage music. So let's talk a little bit about why Mega Man 3 is easier than 2. For one, the level design is just better, in my opinion. There's fewer instances of borderline unfair level design. So that makes the game easier. For another... Okay. No, that's cool. That's fine. For another... I mean, the stage music's back now, so... You know... It's probably for the best. For another, it had the built-in debug menu. The idea is, holding buttons on the second controller cause debug things in the game. Like, there's one that gives the one we use gives Mega Man a super high jump. And if you have the super high jump, you can't die. Anything that kills you, with the exception of spikes... Or no, not anything that kills you, only bottomless pits. Bottomless pits can't kill you. So if you jump into a bottomless pit and die, you don't actually die. You can jump out of the pit. You don't have anything in your health bar, which is labeled P on the menu. Like, literally, this bar labeled P is your main shot. So that's empty. So you're not able to shoot. So what you have to do is equip Rush Coil, and then you can shoot using Rush Coil. And so the combination of that super jump, which is much higher than Rush Coil bounces you, and the ability to get infinite health in any level that has a bottomless pit, makes the game real easy. Now, the drawback of that is that any stage that doesn't have a bottomless pit, for example, the Revisit to Needle Man stage, has no bottomless pit in the first half, and so you have to fight Doc Robot's version of Airman, or Radioactive Man as we called him. You have to fight him without the invincibility, and we were stuck there for months. We couldn't get past it. Shoutouts to Peter Fenner for sponsoring this video, and to everyone who makes this channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.